to our Day of Giving. We are so excited to be back with you once again for our 5th segment. Today we're going to be focusing on STEM right now, and I'm so thrilled to be joined by 3 awesome seniors who have made their mark in the STEM community here at Kellenberg. So today I'm so happy to introduce senior Maya Tadros, part of the Psychology Club. We have Tyler Martinez, part of the Business and Finance Club, and Kira Varley, part of the Emt Program. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we also have over in our STEM labs with Jordan, future science people from different clubs here at Kellenberg. So we're so excited to introduce them as well. They're going to be doing an experiment later, so stay tuned for that. So welcome. Can you each introduce yourself and tell me a little about your clubs?
Okay. I'm Maya. I've been at Kellenberg since 6th grade, and I started Psychology Club with my sister Veronica last year.
Awesome.
I'm Tyler. I started at Kellenberg as a freshman, and I do Science Olympiad, Quiz Bowl, and I do Business and Finance Club.
I'm Kira. I came here as a freshman to Kellenberg. I'm in the Emt Program amongst other clubs.
Awesome. So Maya, can you talk to me a little bit about Psychology Club? You mentioned that you started it, so tell me a little about that.
I've been interested in psychology for a long time, and I noticed Kellenberg was having a big push in STEM clubs, and I thought, why not start a Psychology Club? And my sister really wanted to help me, so the 2 of us proposed it to Brother Ken and Brother Roger and Mr. Conrad, and they were excited to help us along with our moderator, Mrs. Strauss. And so this year in November we began, which is very exciting, starting our own club. And we pretty much just focus on the study of the mind, psychology, and we usually have a different topic every week to discuss with a video or scholarly article. And also we've had guests come in, usually professionals in the psychology field, and we can learn about different professions in the field, and we've also been on 2 field trips as well.
That's awesome. It's great to see a new club starting up in the school community. Now, Tyler, I understand that Business and Finance Club is also a new club. Can you talk a little bit about it?
Sure. Business and Finance Club really came about this year, and now we've had meetings over the course of the year that talk about how to do with money, how to manage your money, how to create a bank account, how to create an investment profile. And we've now created in our weekly meetings something called like an Investopedia account, where we're given like $100,000 to invest.
Super awesome. And Kira, can you talk a little bit more about the Emt program? Tell us what it's all about.
Yeah, sure. So every week on Tuesdays and Thursdays we meet. There's 2 classes. There's one right after school until 5:30, and then there's one from 5:30 to 8:30. I'm in the later class, and so we have one lecture class every week where we go over notes and like practical sort of stuff, and then we have one lab class where we practice on dummies or sometimes our fellow peers.
Awesome. Now, let's talk about some of the unique opportunities you guys have been given. Tyler, do you want to start?
Yes. One of the unique opportunities that we've been given is that Malloy has cooperated with us, and now we've been going over to Malloy frequently to go to do work with the Bloomberg Terminal. The Bloomberg Terminal is like the mecca of financial services, and to be experienced with the terminal is such a game changer, and to have this is an amazing experience.
Definitely, and even before going into college, it's awesome that you have that opportunity, giving you a leg up on other people going into the business field. Now, do you want to talk about some opportunities you've been able to have through the Psychology Club?
Sure. So we've had actually a lot more opportunities outside the classroom club than I actually expected. We were planning on hopefully doing 1 field trip, and we've actually done 2 so far. One yesterday was to Hofstra for the National Public Health Fair, and it was really interesting. We got to participate in voting for graduate students' videos on different health issues like vaccines and mental health. It was very interesting. And then we also got to walk around to different booths and meet different professionals from different fields, psychology included, and also other medical fields, which is really exciting. And then a few months ago we went to Malloy, and we learned all about different fields of psychology that you can study at the college level, as well as different psychologists who spoke to us about them.
That's definitely really interesting, and it gives you the opportunity to see the field before you get to the college level where you could possibly major in it. So that's definitely awesome. Do you want to talk a little bit about the EMT program and some unique opportunities you're given through this?
Yeah, sure. So first it like sets you apart from other applicants, like if you're applying to college, because especially medicine, a lot of us in the club are interested in going to medicine or nursing. It's really competitive, so it kind of gives you a leg up. And by May, we'll be certified as a New York State EMT. So over the summer, you can work as an EMT. And then once you get to college, a lot of colleges will have student-run EMT services. So you can sign up for that. Sometimes they'll give you like discounts on housing or something. So it's really nice to have before college.
That's super awesome. So how has your involvement in these STEM clubs have help you further your studies for the future? Do you want to take that, Maya?
Sure. So I plan on studying psychology and neuroscience in college, most likely, and Psychology Club has definitely helped me be exposed to, like I said, some professionals who are already in the field. One of my favorite opportunities was a neuroscience graduate student came and spoke to our club as well as Health Sciences Club about what he does, and he showed us some really interesting parts of his research on the brain, and I think that can be really helpful, especially for kids who don't know what they want to do, maybe come and visit and see if they like the field. And for me, it just helped me, like, it just emphasized like my interest in it.
Awesome. Tyler, how about you?
Business and finance really helps with, even I'm not going to be a business major, I'm going to be a physics major, but with this, the business major also, like the business side, helps you manage your money in the future. It helps even if you'd like to create an investment profile and reinvest your money to get more results. And if you are a business major, the Bloomberg terminal certification, that's going to give you such a leg up when you're putting on your resume that you're already certified for something. And that puts you ahead of other people when it comes to business programs, colleges, and even jobs in the future.
Awesome. And Kira, how about you?
So I think going off of what Maya said, it definitely helped me like solidify that my interest was in science and the STEM field. So then knowing that, I joined like more of the STEM clubs, and then just having background knowledge is just really essential, I think, so you're not completely lost when you start studying it in college.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much, but we're going to throw it to Jordan now in our STEM labs with some of our future scientists. So, Jordan?
Thanks, Kate. As you can see, I've traded in my suit jacket for a lab coat, and I put some safety goggles on, so you know what that means. It's time for our annual Day of Giving STEM Lab. I'm joined by some of our scientists, our students, faculty from Kellenberg. Let's just go around. I'm going to ask a couple of you to introduce yourselves. Would you just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what the labs and the science program is like here at Kellenberg?
I'm Kara Curley, and the labs at Kellenberg give you really great opportunity to have a hands-on instead of in the classroom with notes or whatever. Kind of brings the whole lecture to life and gives you a really great hands-on experience.
Great, thanks. And if we could come over here, if you would just introduce yourself, I'll just come over here. If you would just introduce yourself, some of the science elements of Kellenberg and what the labs bring to Kellenberg.
Sure. I'm Ms. Figario. I teach chemistry here at Kellenberg. And in the past couple years, we've added a lot more to our lab curriculum. We are in labs weekly. This year we have senior lab assistants that come and help the kids. And it's really great to see the kids get the hands-on experience and make the connection of what they're learning on paper and then seeing it happen. Today in my lab, we actually were making batteries, basically, little electrochemical cells, and they were testing the voltage using vernier probes, which we've also added to our lab equipment, which has been great. The kids get to analyze information a lot easier with it. So there's been a big jump in their understanding, I think, the real-world application.
Awesome, thanks. So as you can see here, we have our first experiment set up on the table. So if you'd like, let's get this set up. If we could, just get it ready to go. We will let our scientists get this set up. And you gentlemen, you're in 8th grade, correct? So you're in the 8th grade science program, and you are a senior, right? If you could just introduce yourself, explain a little bit about what's going on here.
I'm Shane Salmon.
Closer to the mic.
I'm a senior lab assistant, and we're going to be creating a vacuum chamber. So here's our vacuum pump that's going to be pulling the pressure out, creating a low-pressure system. There's currently 14.7 pounds per square inch pushing down on us right now. And as we poke the hole through here, it's going, that 14.7 pounds per square inch is going to go into the chamber, pushing the ball out.
Okay, so you said we're going to see this, what is that, a ping pong ball?
Yeah.
So it's going to go out the tube. What is this representing again, if you will?
It's a vacuum chamber, so it's going to propel the ball out. and shoot it out into the
Great.
crowd.
Awesome. So, guys, I'd love to see this work. Should I take any precautions before we do this?
Everybody has their lab glasses on. So,
It looks like it.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get science-y. Oh, no. Whoa. Whoa. Where did that go? I can't see it. I don't know where that went. That was definitely an interesting experiment. Thank you, guys. The vacuum chamber, very awesome to see. Ms. Vigario, what do we have up next for our
We are actually
experiments?
going to create some hydrogen gas. Oh, no, that's next one, this one. So they're going to start a chemical reaction where they're going to be producing hydrogen gas to inflate a balloon. You're going to see the reaction start. The reaction takes a few minutes to happen, but we may have a trick up our sleeves to speed it up a little bit. And then hydrogen is a flammable gas, so we are going to watch the hydrogen ignite when we
say? Oh, you say flammable, so there's going to be fire.
Oh, there's going to be some fire.
Oh,
if everything
great.
works out correctly.
Well, I love
Science
my
isn't
lab coat.
perfect, so we're hoping everything works out, but if all works well, we'll get a little bit of fire here.
What if all doesn't work? Well, what happens then?
Just a little bit less fire.
Okay, so we're not talking.
We should hopefully still see something cool. If not, we have a nice experiment lined up for number 3. So that'll be some fun.
Awesome.
Okay.
Let's see this.
Right now, she's just adding some aluminum foil into some water. She's going to put some sodium hydroxide in. They're going to fit the balloon over. And again, like I said, it's going to take 10 to 15 minutes, but like any good TV show, we might have one already prepared at the back for us.
Oh,
okay.
Great. Awesome. So
Help
she's
her
putting
measure out the
the
sodium.
aluminum foil into,
help her measure out the sodium.
what's the liquid again?
Just water.
Just water.
Just water.
Okay. So it's not anything crazy.
No, nothing dangerous
Okay.
yet.
So you can really do this at home.
I wouldn't. I definitely
Okay.
wouldn't do it at home.
Okay. So they put it in the water.
They're adding some sodium hydroxide to it, and they're going to put the balloon right over the flask.
Okay. So let's watch them do this. And you said there's going to be hopefully some kind of fire.
Not yet.
Oh,
Not yet.
oh.
I have to add the fire. I have
okay.
to add the fire.
Okay.
We're going to step back for that.
Okay. Measuring it out. Okay. All right. She's adding it to the water and the foil. And what is that she's adding again?
Sodium hydroxide.
Okay.
You can go ahead and put the balloon on top for now. And we'll leave it to the side. Like I said, it's going to take a few minutes, maybe a few minutes later after we show you what happes. We'll show you the reaction taking place because it is going to take a little while for something to happen in that flask.
Okay.
But like I said, we have a pre-prepared one.
Great. And as we said a couple minutes ago, these are Latin schoolers performing this experiment. So no matter the grade level, the labs are very hands-on when it comes to any grade. Also, each Latin school lab has a senior lab assistant in the classroom, so they aid in the process of the labs running smoothly and being effective. So they're going to move that off to the side. Here comes the balloon. It's like a party.
Okay, we're all going to stand back. I'm even going to light it from a meter away. And again, we're hoping for the best. Not all science is perfect. If all goes well, we should see a little bit of
So that's a candle. Usually that's
explosion.
like a candle holder, not on a wooden stick. So there's the fire.
Okay, here goes nothing.
And there's the balloon. Okay.
Oh, hope that's not good.
Oh, live TV. Oh, man.
Like I said, science isn't perfect, so we're going to see. We're going to give it a shot. This happens all the time in lab. We actually teach about percent error and percent yield and all the ways things could go wrong. And there we go. It worked.
Oh my gosh, that was insane. That was insane. Crazy. You see that plume? It's excited. I don't know.
You can set up the next one. Go ahead.
Okay, what do we have next
We
in
have
our science
what's
lab?
called an elephant toothpaste reaction.
Elephant toothpaste. That
Elephant
sounds
toothpaste.
interesting.
It's nice and fun.
This is our last lab.
Last experiment should be nice and quick. You're going to see a rapid decomposition of some hydrogen peroxide.
Okay.
So we'll see some fun stuff here. It's
So-
nice and quick.
Why is it called elephant toothpaste?
You'll see. It looks as if an elephant could use what's created as toothpaste, and it grows rapidly. So it's just a fun name for it. No real technical reason for the name, but
If you could just. Oh.
gotta put your goggles on. Our lab safety.
Safety
That's what we're here
precautions.
for. Make sure we're safe.
Speaking of labs, lab safety, talk a little bit about the lab program here at Kellenberg. What makes it so unique?
So what's unique is that they're going to get labs every year. So as they move on through their 4 years, the labs get a little bit more advanced because they know some of the more basic techniques, how to measure things out, your basic lab safety, wearing goggles. So as they move on, their labs are going to get more complicated, and they will know it. They'll be able to handle it. They'll know what's going on. They're prepared for the safety. The safety stays the same, goggles, gloves, things like that whenever they need. So they do progress. And again, it always goes with what they're learning. We always tie it into what we're teaching. Like I said, we made batteries in my class today, and we were learning about electrochemistry. So it's just so they can get that real world application right away.
Great.
So almost done here. We're just measuring out some potassium iodide.
Okay.
And then as soon as she pours it into that graduated cylinder, we're going to see something happen.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay, here she goes. So it's clear, and it's blue. Whoa, whoa.
And it looks like toothpaste almost exploding, which is why we call it elephant
Definitely.
toothpaste.
Why? Now it's smoking.
You see some smoke, so it's actually an exothermic reaction, so it's going to release heat. So we're not going to touch it because that's not safe, but if you were to feel the graduated cylinder right now, it would feel warm because it's a reaction that releases some heat.
Wow, that is incredible.
Good job, guys.
That is awesome. Well, thank you to all of our scientists here with us this morning. We have our Latin school, we have our seniors. We thank them all for being here, Mrs. Vigario.
Thanks for having us.
so much, of course. We're going to throw it back over to the desk where Kate and some of the students she spoke with earlier are going to mention some people who have donated so far. Kate.
Thanks, Jordan. So, Maya, do you want to start off, read through the donations you have right there?
Sure. The first one is from Meredith Cass, a member of the class of 2019. She donates in honor of Coach Kelly Micey, and she says, "Thank you to my amazing coach. Coach Micey believed in me and gave me a great chance to be part of a great cheer program." The next is from the Capasso family. The Capasso family, Lewis from the class of 2017 and Natalie from the class of 2019, is giving in memory of Tobit. Next is from Patrick Fitzgerald, an alum from the class of 2015. Patrick says, "My family and I are tremendously grateful to the Marianists and the faculty and staff of Kellenberg Memorial. My brothers and I would not be the men we are today without KMHS, which has become a family tradition. Thank you and go Firebirds." Next is from Maria Paradiso, an alum from the class of 2018. Maria says her donation is for all the teachers who inspired her and helped her grow through her 7 years at Kellenberg. This one is from Marty Brown, faculty member and alumni parent. He says, "Go Firebirds." The next is from the Ward family. The Ward family donates saying, "To our son Joseph Ward, we are so proud you chose Kellenberg High School for your next journey in life. Keep working hard and we wish you all the best in your future. Grandpa is watching from above and is just as proud. God bless you always." Judy Caruso, a current parent, says, "For it is in giving that we receive." And finally, Mary Bailey, a current and alumni parent, says, "Very proud to be part of the Kellenberg family and feel thankful for the impact it has had on our children."
Awesome. Tyler, do you want to go now?
Yes. We have a donation from Keith Lucchesi, a faculty member at St. Martin de Porres Marinus School. And Keith says, "Thank you for your support of St. Martin de Porres Marinus School." Then we have Matthew O'Connor, an alum from the class of 2008. Matthew says, "As a current educator in Maryland, I find myself using the principles and foundations I learned from Kellenberg to inspire the future generation in my own classroom. May this gift help all Firebirds soar." We have another donation from Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Schechter, who are alumni parents. The Schechters noted that they made their donation with sincere appreciation and gratitude. And we have a donation from Joshua and Melissa Davis, who are current parents. Joshua and Melissa said, "Kellenberg has been a blessing to my daughter and to our family. Thank you."
And Kira?
Of course. I have a donation from Alvina Vessi, who's a current Kellenberg parent, and she says she's giving today in honor of Mr. Codling and says her son loves going to Kellenberg every day because Mr. Codling makes learning fun and enjoyable. Thank you for being an amazing teacher and a great role model. Lisa Healy Highland, who's an alum, the class of 1989, says she's making this donation in memory of her beloved friend, Chrissy Healy Fox, a member of the class of 1988. Lisa says her best memories and friends are from days at KMHS and BTV 89. Sean Crotty is an alum of class of 2018 and says best of luck to the Kellenberg lacrosse team on the rest of their season. Patricia Crotty donated in memory of Thomas Crotty, a member of Maria Regina's class of 1978, and said thank you to the Marianists from the entire Crotty family. Brianna Rubenstein, an alum of the class of 2017, says she's giving so that Kellenberg can continue to be the gift that never stops giving. Current Kellenberg parent Lori Henborn says, "One heart, one mind, one family." Amaya Montalavo from the class of 2018 says she's making her donation in honor of Brother Kenneth and says, "Once a Firebird, always a Firebird." Finally, we have the Boylan family, who's making their donation in memory of Brother Richard Hughes and Father Francis, and said, "Do whatever he tells you."
Awesome, thank you. Oh, welcome back. Nice goggles.
I'm a scientist now.
Moving right along, it's
that?
time to reveal our total donation number right now. Well, Jordan's doing his own science experiment right here. We are going to reveal our total number. We are at $90,028. We need 159 more donors, people.
That is awesome. Think about that. Over $90,000 raised so far. But of course, maybe we've reached our goal in the amount-wise, but of course we want to get to that 1,000 donor mark. So if you haven't donated, we please urge you, support us in whatever way you can, whatever way you think is great to give back, be one of those donors. Also, if you have donated, we would love if you would share it on social media, whatever platform it may be. Get the word out. Today is Kellenberg Memorial's 4th annual Day of Giving. Make sure to spread the word that Kellenberg is here, and it's great, and great things are happening here, and today's our Day of Giving. So with that, Kate, you want to take us away?
Yes, of course we want to thank our Maya, Tyler, and Kira for being here. Thank you so much. And our other scientists who are over in the STEM lab now. And coming up at 8, Jordan, why don't you take it away?
Sure. Coming up at 8, remember, Brother Kenneth Hoagland back again to share some exciting news about the future of Kellenberg Memorial. Also, we will be pulling our divisional student raffles. Not going to want to miss that. The big announcement's coming up for that. We have an amazing highlight reel of our day so far, what it's been. Also, we reveal that grand total. See what we get up to by the end of the show. We hope that it will be amazing, and we're sure it will be with your generosity and support. So we leave you with part 3 of Running the Race. It's titled Lay Faculty, featuring Mr. John Benatendi and Mrs. Jennifer Mulligan. From the class of 1996, and it focuses on their vocation here at Kellenberg Memorial.
So we'll see you at 8. Thank you so much.
Stay tuned as our 2019 Day of Giving rolls on.
So when I first came to Kellenberg in 1990, I don't think I really understood how to be the kind of teacher I wanted to be. I knew what I wanted to be, I knew the impact I wanted to have, but I didn't really understand what would go into having that kind of an impact. And I can remember one of the very first faculty meetings we were at. The principal at the time, Brother Mark Ormond, said, "If you're in teaching for the weekends off and the summer vacation, you might as well just leave now." He said, "Teaching is not a profession, it's an avocation. And if you don't see it that way, you'll never become a real teacher that has any kind of an impact." And that stuck with me. It took me a while to realize that a true teacher is not what happens just in the classroom, it's everything that extends beyond the classroom. And I think the greatest truth I learned is you have to love your students, and you have to understand that you get so much more back from them. That creates in you a real duty and a real responsibility to lift your game, to lift yourself up and make yourself worthy of that.
There's such a great rapport between students and faculty and students. There's a genuine care for each other. When I was a student, I felt that. I knew the teachers cared about me. And because they cared about me, they wanted me to learn. They put 110% into their lesson planning. They made their lessons come alive, so you enjoyed being a student. And every day I try and do that for my kids. Every day I want to make sure that I can teach my students to the best of my ability, so that when they walk out the door, they know that not only did they learn something about earth science, but they also learned something about being a good person.
one of the things that's kind of a continuing theme I say at the end of senior year to my classes is that once you go out into the world, you start making choices. You choose the things you believe in. You choose the responsibilities you want to take on. While that's a much more challenging thing, it certainly deepens the commitment, because when you choose something for yourself, that is when you really know what you believe in and know what you stand for. So I hope we give our students, and I hope they take with them the faith that we've made, I think, very easy for them to acquire here. I hope they take that with them into not just college, but their life beyond that.
I see Kellenberg students walk in the doors as young children. When they graduate, they are strong, intelligent adults. And if you look around the building, that's what everybody's trying to do here, to make great human beings, both in their minds and in their hearts.
Paul says to his spiritual disciple Timothy, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Running the race is the task of a lifetime. At Kellenberg Memorial, we strive to develop students who will run the race in the right direction. There is only one direction, that of Christ. So let us all run the race.